Hey, my name's Benjamin, and I'd like to talk about grounding techniques. Um, Grounding, as in staying grounded, and ways to stay grounded in our body. And if I had to describe grounding, it would be to have us carry a sense of self and a reasonable level of confidence, and to feel in your body, and have a level of mindfulness as you navigate your way through life without feeling a constant distraction. And for those of us who are very sensitive to subtle energies and energies that are flying around from various sources, to be able to maybe not ignore them, but be able to make our way without having them topple us over or keep us from getting done what we need to get done. This is a video. I'm starting a channel here on grounding techniques, and I will be adding different techniques to the channel one by one. But this is just an introductory video to tell you what I had in mind and what I see grounding to be, and what the actual problem for grounding is. I'll tell you my story briefly. From a very early age, I feel like I was highly sensitive emotionally, and highly sensitive to energy and information flying around, and basically overwhelmed by it. I couldn't tell whose feelings were whose, if they were my feelings, if they were someone else's feelings. It was anger set me completely off. Anybody had any strong feelings of any kind, I could not cope with it or deal with it. I saw it as a real problem, and then I guess it was in my 20s, or mid to late 20s, I started exploring subtle energies, like working with crystals and gemstones and this and that, and started to become aware that I was actually able to sense things psychologically, pick up psychological undertones, or that not everybody was like me, and that I was highly sensitive, and that could be actually a good thing. But for me to offer anything or to participate in society in any kind of positive way, I was going to have to learn how to be grounded, stay grounded, and get grounded. And so I've learned about by reading, and developed some of my own tools and techniques for getting grounded and staying grounded. And the real problem, now I want to talk about the obstacle, and then we'll deal with tools as I introduce different videos. But the real obstacle to stay grounded is to feel as if you don't have a connection to source. And what's really interesting is that the connection to source is so psychological and so mental, emotional, or it couldn't be that way without being so affected by visualization, objects, things that we focus on. I mean, we can change our mental patterns and feel more grounded. We can change our focus and of our consciousness and our awareness, and suddenly feel more grounded. So it must be. It is something that goes on in our thought patterns, in our general awareness levels, and our assumptions that we carry. There's very subtle energies there that disrupts the otherwise being grounded. And most of it has to do with being grounded. Obviously, to be grounded, we would want to be grounded in source, to have the energy that is inherently belonging to us as beings and entities in this world to flow directly into our beings and be available to us at our beck and call. So in order to be self-reverencing, self-aware, and connected to that origin of our power, origin of our consciousness and awareness, and be able to carry through with that without disruption. So we're talking about grounding in source, being connected to source. And it's when that source, that connection to source is jeopardized, whether or not by patterns that we develop in our thinking or temporary signals that we get and respond to in our environment, the key to staying grounded is to carry the understanding and operate from the understanding and be able to recover the understanding and the clarity that we are an extension of that one source, and we don't have to check in with anybody else or any other expression of that one source before we are we, before we become ourselves. We are a direct expression of the one source, and we don't have to get permission from anybody else to be who we are. That's the problem, and that's the key. So I'll speak about specific ways to become more grounded and stay grounded in some of the videos to come. Thank you.